Hello, 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 everyone. Dana here, Lifescape Dietitian, and we have a very special guest today. I'd like to introduce Patty. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dana.
Yep, absolutely. My pleasure. And today, Patty and I are going to talk about her success and ongoing motivation for what's going on. I've been working, how long have we been working together?
I don't think it's been quite a year. Was
Just
it the
under
first?
a year?
Yeah,
Okay, so we're just under a year mark, and that's a big deal because a lot of transformation has happened in that time.
right.
So this is about you today.
Okay.
Normally it's about me, but today it's about you.
Okay.
And so I just thought it'd be really interesting for everybody to learn a little bit about how you got started on this journey
Okay.
and maybe give a little background, like what kind of an eater were you? What kind of lifestyle were you living
Okay.
before we met?
Right.
So let's start there.
Right. Okay. I would say it wasn't just a one event that happened. A couple different stories. I learned how to take a picture where you're supposed to stand up really tall and you stick your chin out to avoid getting a double neck because
Oh.
I found myself looking very, very heavy in pictures. I didn't like getting my picture taken anymore. Another thing that happened is a year ago, my daughter and I went to Las Vegas on vacation. And that's quite a bit of walking. And I found that I didn't have the energy and my knees hurt.
Oh.
Another story was I was at a football game. It was a rain delay, and we had to stand under the bleachers. I stood there for about an hour and I'm looking around going, I need to sit down. I could not stand. My body was so heavy. And I thought, okay, my husband can stand here. Could he stand here if he had to hold on to like a 50-pound weight, which I was carrying an extra 50 pounds? I mean, I knew it, but why wouldn't my joints hurt? It was carrying this extra weight. So I had all these little moments that were coming up in my life that said, I need to make a change. I've always wanted to lose weight, and I was successful at losing weight. I was able to diet, meaning restrict what I was eating, and I would exercise really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I would try to exercise hard every day. And I was successful. However, you mentioned what was I eating? Well, my eating was before I would go into this little diet that I would do, I would eat a bag of Doritos before I got started, or I'd drive through McDonald's and get some French fries because on Monday I would start this journey of losing weight, which again, like I said, I was successful, but I wasn't making a life change. I wasn't really understanding what I was doing. I thought it was just, I'm looking at the calories I'm eating and I'm exercising. So I looked at it like math. It's like if I'm eating less calories or exercising enough, that I'd be able to lose the weight, which I was, but I certainly couldn't maintain it.
Yeah, and that's really the key is the measures that you were taking were too drastic to become a lifestyle.
Right.
And too taxing on the body. I mean, who wants to get in the gym and run on the treadmill like a maniac for the rest of their life?
Well, and I was getting older, so my joints, I
We're
couldn't
taking
do
it.
it like that anymore.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't, my body didn't like the hard workouts anymore, nor did I have the time. I didn't have the time to work out like that every
Sure.
day.
Yeah.
So other foods that I would eat, I mean, I was a regular through most fast food locations. I had my favorite places to go and my certain foods that I would eat. And I liked healthy foods too, but I sure liked those Doritos.
Yeah, I mean, they're designed to be consumed in large quantities on a regular basis.
Right.
Absolutely. So then you had these experiences, these life moments where you started saying, you know, my old ways of changing this aren't working.
Right.
And so then you said, I'm going to seek some outside help.
I knew I needed to change. I needed to do something different. I mean, I had tried everything. I mean, I'd been liquid diets before and
Wow.
protein and I mean, I've kind of done it in my history. I've definitely done it in my past. So I knew I needed to do something different. And I have a sister who was going to this gal named Dana and feeding me the information that I needed and talking about this thing called gut health and what's the other thing? Leaky gut and just what that causes, the inflammation, what that causes. And my father in his 90s was suffering from some dementia. And what my sister was telling me is that diet contributes to dementia. So
And
the
as inflammation.
inflammation, it's like, okay, what is this gut inflammation thing? And what is this leaky gut that I don't want? And so I made an appointment, sent in the paperwork, and I met Dana.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then you started having these aha moments. And if you could share some of the things that really, hit home to you as we
Mhm.
are working together.
Well, back to the gut health, I really didn't understand probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of them and that I always thought it was just taking a pill. I didn't realize that it was more than just a pill.
Right.
And it was always the probiotic was a pill that I'd put in my refrigerator. You had to keep it refrigerated.
Uh-huh. Some are.
And I'm like, I never took it. I didn't take it consistently. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
out of sight, out of mind.
yeah. So it's like, so just learning from you the gut health portion and how fermented foods are important and the variety of foods and how to feed your gut and to avoid inflammation. So it was education, and it wasn't just a one-time visit with you. This past year, I've learned something every time I've been here, something
Wow,
new every
awesome.
time.
Yeah, great. I love that. That's really rewarding for me too, to see your success. I would say that's like the thing that makes me the happiest in my job is when you're thriving through the changes that we've discussed and you're doing them. I mean, you're doing the heavy lifting. I'm giving you the tools and the support, but you're the one that's got to take it on.
Not that it's been perfection, because
Right. And nobody's going
it's
to be
like if there's
perfect.
food in my house it calls me. It's like you said, it's a drug. Doritos call to me.
Yeah.
And the few times that I've allowed myself to binge, I feel miserable. So now
Mhm.
I'm to the point where if I do eat some of the foods or I really haven't done the fast foods, but there are some chips or some chocolates that I've indulged in, and it's not just one or two. I mean, it's like I what do you call it when you just binge and you eat too
Yeah.
much of it? So,
Overconsume.
and it's just how you feel afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't feel good.
So you're really recognize your body is now to what kind of say clean eating, where you're so accustomed now to foods in their natural form that when you eat a processed form of it, you get an immediate feedback of initially like that was kind of good, but then actually no, not so much
No,
because now I suffer for an
don't sleep
extended period of
well.
time.
I sweat at night
Yeah.
or just constipated.
Yeah, I mean, these are all things that change, that go away as you
Mhm.
get healthier. And then if you go back into your old habits, which I'm actually love that you did. When you said to me, "Hey Dana, I was on vacation and I ate a bag of corn chips and now I feel terrible."
Right.
And my response was good. Not good, you feel terrible,
Right,
but
right,
I'm
right.
glad you had the experience of going back to your old habits and recognizing that they weren't serving
Right.
you.
And it's not that it's easy either, because I've been to many birthday parties, many
Social events.
dinners out where I have to really investigate the menu to try to find something that I can kind of consume and be a part of the event.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm getting oh, you're on a diet, or oh, you're on something different, or and it becomes kind of a stigma of, oh, Patty's eating differently. And that's a
Right. And
struggle.
who are you? Well, what I find is that it's a transference issue, meaning that we all have our own isms and our own self-criticisms. And when someone else is doing something that we consider to be like maybe the right thing and we're not doing it, there's a tendency to sort of pressure the other person. Well, you're reminding me of what I'm not doing.
They want you to have the piece of birthday cake.
They do, because we don't want to eat cake alone.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's,
So then you told me, this is really cool, you guys, that you put together like a manifesto or like a story, an
Right.
explanation, because people were saying, okay, now that your weight is changing, and you're getting
Yes.
healthy, what are you doing?
right. So pretty much people will ask, what are you eating? It's not, what are you doing? It's just, tell me exactly what you're eating. And I think the thought is that, okay, I'm just going to eat those same foods, but it's more than that. And it's a difficult thing to articulate.
Yeah.
So I started writing this, like you said, a manifesto,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
still kind of crafting that and pulling that together. But it's definitely a lifestyle. It's definitely a choice, and there are pressures along the way, but it's a choice that I'm making because I feel so much better.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I've probably lost 40 pounds, but it's not that I'm really watching the weight.
You're not going on the scale every day.
No,
By any
no,
means.
no.
Mhm.
And I don't feel deprived. So I am eating, I think, lots of foods. I mean, I feel full, but it's definitely making a choice to not eat certain foods because I don't feel as good after I eat them. So,
Yeah, that's huge. And here's the other thing, you've not only changed your body composition um through very natural means over time, slowly but surely, this is part of the way you live.
mhm,
So you don't have to go back and over exercise and severely restrict and
right,
basically, the metabolism,
right,
you don't need that anymore,
right.
because now this is your new way of being.
Well, I've always heard the you are what you eat.
Mm.
And when I take a look at that, I started saying, well, okay, here, what am I eating? And back to the Doritos. So I'm eating Doritos, I'm eating Hershey's Kisses, I'm eating, Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich, and all those things of, okay, what is that food? How is that helping me? And then the latest thing that I've heard is now I'm at that point where not only is it you are what you eat, but you are what you eat
And absorb.
eats.
Oh,
So, that talking about the grass fed or the organic or
love it. Love
so it's
it.
like, now I got to think about what I'm eating
Right.
is either how it's raised or
Or
what it's eating.
or how nutrient rich the soil is that the plants are being grown in, which is why I use supplements with patients,
Okay.
specifically. So we just went through all your supplements,
Right.
and we're making sure that you're getting not too much, but the right things, and you're eating really healthy. Your gut's healthy now. Your metabolism is working well, but we're still using some fish oil, some magnesium, some carefully chosen gut probiotics, just to keep everything on the optimal side.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But before this, I wasn't eating grass fed or necessarily organic and
No, I mean, you were on the fast food chain when I met
Right.
you. I don't think those words go in the same place.
no,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah. So you made a really fun comment. We just everyone, we just got to see Dr. Wilder before this, and Dr. Wilder knows Patty and her family. They've all been with Lifescape for a long time. And you made a really, really cute comment. What did you tell Dr. Wilder?
It's amazing what sauerkraut will do.
Okay, magic, everyone.
I eat it every day.
She's
I
doing
do.
it.
I eat it every
The
day.
fermented this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I hope this inspires you. It certainly has inspired me to, continue my craft. And Patty and I are going to keep working together, supporting her through her journey. It really takes that kind of ongoing support. Like we said, it's been under a year, but yet it's still been that long, right, to do this
Oh, right.
the right way.
Right.
And you have been very religious about coming back on regular intervals.
Right.
And we have these in-depth conversations, and where are you going? What do you need support on? What do we need to change from before?
Right.
And then you go forward with new ideas and
Always something new.
motivation.
There's
Yeah,
always something. And it's not just what I'm eating. You know, you've touched on after you eat, maybe spend the next 10 minutes doing dishes or moving of some way, or in the morning, getting out, drinking your water with a 10-minute walk out in the sun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just what I'm eating diet wise. It's been more than that.
absolutely. Yeah, diet is one part of the whole roving picture of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Thank you, Dana.
yeah, thank you. So great. So great. Oh, you guys, anyway, hope this has been helpful for you. We're certainly enjoying the journey. If you'd like some help yourself, please feel to contact Lifescape or me directly via email, dana@lifescapepremier.com, and we can get you on a similar healing journey. Thank you for joining us. Be well.